A quadratic equation is one which involves the variable we're trying to find, usually x, squared. It does not have to just include x squared terms. It can also include x terms, and also constant terms too. This is an example, and this, and this. As with all equations, our job is to find the value of x so that this equation is true. With a quadratic, we like to move all the terms to one side, so the number in front of the x squared is positive, and the other side of the equal sign equals 0. The number in front of the x squared and the x, as well as the constant term, could be anything, and so the general quadratic equation is written as ax squared plus bx plus c, with a, b and c numbers specific to the given quadratic. The first job when trying to solve any quadratic is to move all the terms to the same side so that it looks in this form. The specific example we're going to use is 2x squared plus 5x plus 2 equals 0. The fact we're trying to exploit in order to solve this quadratic equation is the following. If two numbers multiplied together make 0, then at least one of those numbers themselves must be 0. We're going to express this left-hand side in a form so then it looks like one thing multiplied by another, and then we'll exploit this fact. A quick method for doing this is as follows. Multiply together the first and the last numbers of the left-hand side, that is, the x squared coefficient and the constant term, and make a note of the result. For our example, this is 2 times 2, so it equals 4. Now, go on the hunt for two numbers which when multiplied together make this number, and when added together make the number which is the coefficient on the x term. For us, we want two numbers that multiply to make 4 and add to make 5. This is easy. The numbers are 4 and 1. We now rewrite our original equation by splitting the middle term into the sum of two terms, with these new numbers as their coefficients. In our case, we write 5x as 4x plus 1. Now we have 4 terms in our equation. We're going to look at the first two and factorise out our largest factor we can find. 2x goes into both 2x squared and 4x, and the thing it multiplies by is x plus 2. We now leave a little gap and rewrite the bracket term, whatever it is. For us, we leave the gap and rewrite x plus 2. Now we must find the factor which when multiplied by x plus 2 gives us the two remaining terms in the equation. For us, this factor is just 1, and so we write in front of our bracket. The factorised version of this equation has two factors, one being the bracket term we wrote down twice, and the other being made up of the two terms in front of the repeated bracket term. Now, back to solving the equation. We see two factors multiplied together equals 0. And so, by this fact, we know the ways this equation can be satisfied is if either one of these brackets themselves are 0. We solve for x by seeing what value it needs to take to make each factor equal to 0 in turn. To make the 2x plus 1 equal 0, x would need to be minus a half. And to make x plus 2 equal 0, x would need to be minus 2. Here we have the solution to our quadratic equation. Not all quadratic equations factorise, but if they do, this method will always work.